Hi guys, female football love over here. I would like to introduce you to my YouTube channel. For those who know me, they know already that I am a massive fan of football, and I would like to show everyone that female can also have a big knowledge about football. So in this video, I would like to show you a summary of the World Cup in Russia. Let's go. Personally, the game that I enjoyed the most was Portugal against Spain. We had everything in that game, really good actions, amazing goals, like the free kick from Cristiano Ronaldo and amazing volley from Nacho. A really good change of action, first goal for Portugal, penalty, then 1-1 for Spain, 2-1 for Portugal, 2-2 for Spain, 3-2 for Spain again. And then in last minutes, this amazing free kick from Cristiano Ronaldo. So personally for me, that was the best game so far of the group stages. I think that the worst game so far was France against Denmark, as it was the first game without any goals scored. We didn't get much action, and in general it was just a little bit boring game, but it's understandable as both teams already qualified, so they didn't need to win, and the result was satisfying for both of them. The best player. So for me, there are a few best players of the group stages from World Cup. I think first one is Coutinho. He had amazing games. He scored 2 goals. He was a great creator. Wherever he had a ball, there was always big chances that he will create something out of nothing, and he really took over from Neymar. As we know, Neymar is struggling after injury, so I think that Coutinho is the biggest star of Brazilian team at the moment, and he really stepped up the game. He's on a really good level. He scored those 2 goals, and he's really leading Brazil at the moment. And mainly because of him, Brazil went through from the group stages. Second one is Cristiano Ronaldo, as he scored 4 goals in 2 games. He didn't play as good against Iran, but he had amazing performance against Spain. Those 3 goals were world class, especially the free kick, unbelievable. And he stepped up into the game when Portugal needed him the most, when they were losing against Spain 3-2, last minutes of the game. There was a free kick and he really went for it, and he scored beautiful goals. So he was the main player of the team, and he really helped Portugal to go through. He was a real star of Portugal, no doubt. He was always creating chances. He was always very dangerous near the goal, and he definitely deserved to be one of the best players from the group stages. The third one, I think Harry Kane or Romelu Lukaku. But my problem with them is both of them played against quite poor teams, as they both play against Panama and Tunisia. Kane scored 5 goals, Lukaku scored 4 goals. Really great strikers, both of them. Kane didn't play much against Belgium, but as we know, that was a game that no one really wanted to win. So yeah, those 2 players were amazing. They really took their chances, scored beautiful goals, and let's see how they will do in the next stages of the World Cup. Hopefully they will shine again. A player that disappointed the most, I think it's Lewandowski. Poland in general, they disappointed me a lot in that World Cup, unfortunately. So Lewandowski, he wasn't a real leader. I know that he was marked by 3 or 4 players, but he couldn't be the real captain. And after such an amazing qualifications that he got, he scored 16 goals. He was the leader, goal scorer of the qualifications for the World Cup. So after that, I was expecting a bit more from him, and he didn't score any goal Whenever he had chances, he actually missed it. It was just a really, really poor tournament from him, and I was expecting something more. If he really wants to go to Real Madrid, and if he really wants to go away from Bayern Munich, I think that he has to show a little bit more in the international stage, as he has quite poor games whenever there is a big game. So, for example, the one against Real Madrid in semi-finals of the Champions League, and then World Cup was really, really poor from him. Also, whenever Poland qualified for a big tournament, he managed to score just 2 goals in 3 tournaments, which is, I think, a bit poor result. The best team of group stages. So I will go for 2. First one is Uruguay, and the reason being is because they didn't lose even one goal. No one managed to score any goal against them. They have a really, really good defense, mainly from Atletico Madrid players, Godin and Jimenez, amazing players. Jimenez, really, really young player, really, really great world-class defender. They have amazing attack, Suarez and Cavani. And Uruguay is looking very, very strong, especially defensive. And they are one of only 2 teams that won all of their games. And the second one is actually another team that won all the games in the group stage, which is Croatia. Amazing players, great midfielders, Modric and Rakitic, Mandzukic, world class too. He was great for Juventus this season. He's also great for Croatia. Modric, unbelievable player. He scored 2 goals, played very, very good, created so many chances for Croatia. Also Rakitic, massive fighter, lungs from steel, constantly keeps running. Creative, great player. So I think Croatia and Uruguay played the best in the group stages. Croatia conceded only 1 goal and Uruguay none, so therefore I will go for them. The worst team would be Panama, as they conceded 11 goals and scored only 1, but they were not in anyone's favourites. No one thought that it's a strong team. So I would have to go for Poland, actually, because many Polish people, not only Polish people, had bigger expectations in that World Cup, and unfortunately Polish team really disappointed. They didn't play well. They won only 1 game that didn't give them anything, as they lost 2 games against Senegal and against Colombia. They played really, really poor, didn't create many chances, looked really poor in midfield, in the middle of the pitch. Incredible defensive errors. The first game against Senegal was really ridiculous. I think that it shouldn't happen on the World Cup stage. So I would have to go for Poland as the most disappointing team of the tournament, especially that they had a really good qualifications. They were the first team that qualified from actually European teams, and Lewandowski looked really, really strong. Poland looked really strong defensively in midfield, in the middle of the pitch, strikers as well. But at the end of the day, it was a World Cup to forget. The biggest surprise of the tournament would have to be Germany, definitely Germany, as no one expected that to happen. They lost against Mexico, they barely won against Sweden, as Kroos scored a goal in the last minutes of the game, and they lost against Korea. I think that no one before the World Cup would say that Germany would not even qualify, that they would not go through. They managed to get only 3 points. They were extremely disappointing. The attack just couldn't manage to score any goals. I think that Joachim Löw will really regret not taking Sana, and actually not putting Ter Stegen as a goalkeeper. Neuer just came back from injury. You could feel, especially in the game against Korea and Sweden, he had few mistakes. He wasn't as confident as he normally is. And Ter Stegen, after having such an amazing season in Barcelona, he deserved to be goalkeeper number one. Regards Sané, I really don't know why he didn't make it to the World Cup. I think it was a really bad decision from Löw. He was the best young players of the Premier League, very difficult league. He was incredible in Manchester City, so I think that he could really change the picture of the game. He is a young player with a great ability, very fast. So I think that he could definitely create more chances for Germany. So big mistake from German coach, and Germany is saying goodbye after the group stages. The weirdest thing that happened during that World Cup in group stages, maybe not the weirdest one, but actually I don't know if you know that Senegal didn't go through just because they had more yellow cards than Japan. So it was actually the first time in the history that FIFA had to use a fair play rule. So as they lost and scored the same goals as Japan, they had the same points as Japan. So the rules look like that if you have the same goals and if you have the same points, a team that has more yellow cards will be eliminated, and it was Senegal. So really heartbreaking for Senegal, and I think that's a really interesting fact about that group stages, as they have to use it for the first time in the history. Finally, my thoughts about VAR, about video assistant referee. So I think it's a very, very good tool, very useful for all the referees. Finally, no one will give any penalties for diving. Football will be clearer, football will be played more fairly. So I really agree with VAR. I just don't think that VAR is ready for 100%, as sometimes they don't really know how to use it. Sometimes referees are a bit too proud to use it, which is a very bad thing. I think that if VAR exists, definitely they should look into it. They should use it. As an example, I can give you a game of Sweden against Germany, when there was a clear fault from Boateng on Swedish player. There should be a penalty. Sweden would be winning, but unfortunately the Polish referee didn't whistle, he didn't check in the VAR, and I think that it shouldn't work like that. If VAR exists, go ahead and use it. But overall, I think that it's great that we have so many penalties given because of that. It definitely helps. Football is more fair now, and I think that it will only change for better. So that was my summary about group stages from World Cup in Russia. I hope that you've really enjoyed it. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and see you very soon.